Hello, Magic players. Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in to TCS Rockets. This is going to be the first tournament in the TCS Rockets series here. We're jumping right into our round one with last season's winner, Chaz Tanner. He's going to be on this classic deck, Gogar Yawgmoth, and we have Gage on the right here playing some Eldrazi Tron. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for checking out. While players are getting the first couple of turns set up here. We got a couple of new updates. We actually have some sponsors for the stream. We have Voltex. They are the creators of some high-quality deck boxes and binders, so definitely check them out. They're going to be providing some deck boxes to the first and second place players of this tournament, as well as the top 16 of the whole series, as well as an additional sponsor for Dual Spec. They make some sleeves. We were checking them out earlier. Super nice. They feel really good. They had purple ones, so I'm very partial to those, and the color really pops on those. First place for this tournament is also going to get a pack of their sleeves as well. So it looks like we got going on here, Chaz starting off with that turn 2 Innkeeper. Looks like he's on the play. Gage going into that turn 1 Chalice of the Void. It seems brutal. Luckily, Innkeeper's a 2-drop, so it doesn't get countered by a Chalice on 1. And then, just as a reminder, my name is Zack, Myles, right down at the bottom.
I'm Vetti.
And then let's see what we got going on here. We see a turn 3 Grist here. Gage sitting on the whole lot.
Milling the Yawgmoth, which works out great for Chaz. For
yeah.
In play.
It's like, great. Don't have to worry about that getting countered. And then you see, what is that? What is that token here? That's the token from since he won last season, you get your likeness on a token. He chose this time a 1/1 insect creature token for Grist. His deck that he plays all the time. Perfect for Yawgmoth. Looking real spicy there. He's showing off. So
Gage kicking a sowing Myco spawn. Exiling Chaz's overgrown tomb, finding in Urza's tower. Getting 2 out of 3 pieces for Tron in play.
Pretty good here.
Looking at Gage's deck, he's elected to play an Eldrazi list running the Tron lands. And we've seen a few lists like this popping up recently. It hasn't been as popular, but it's been creeping up. Got 6 talismans in the main to help ramp. You want to hit your 4-drops on turn 2 as often as possible.
Oh, yeah. Really want those. And then, yeah, looks like Malevolent Rumble. In case the Yawgmoth aficionados were wondering, yes, he's playing the Rumble Yawg version. Not the Birthing Ritual or the multiple different versions of Yawg there is at this point. So we're going to see a couple different options here. Halfling, probably not the choice here. Can't cast it. I mean, you can cast it. Just go straight to the
Yeah, you can definitely cast it.
We do not recommend goes
that,
away.
But
yeah.
you can.
Yeah, definitely no good here. He's going to take the Wall Roots. If it makes sense. He's going to jam that bad boy out there. Maybe not.
Using the treasure instead of the Eldrazi spot. Oh.
10 depends. He's sitting on Blood Artist, Yawgmoth, and a Cord.
The Cord is the reason he's looking to keeping the spawn in play. And use that for mana to use the Cord, play the Yawgmoth, have another body in play to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Looks like Chaz just passes right now.
Yeah, because you can still Cord for 2 here. I mean, he's already sitting on Blood Artist. I mean, hitting the Wall Roots here would definitely help too, because it'll allow him to keep more dudes on the board and kind of push up the mana up into that 3 slot. He is running a Fulminator in the main, so he'll be able to Cord for that, because he currently can't Cord for that. Oh, he hasn't activated Grist this turn yet, though. So he could activate Grist and still make that extra 1/1 to Cord for the 3.
Gage showing his hand real quick. Looks like he's got the power plant in hand. So he has Tron for next turn.
Yeah.
Got a basic forest.
And World Breaker.
And a World Breaker, which he has the Talisman to cast. So a good chance Chaz is getting hit by that World Breaker. Next turn.
Yeah, and still that all this stuff is still hanging out under that Uggin's Labyrinth too, so it's also like the oh no. I mean, I think still courting for 3 here into Fulminator to hit all his dust to save your board. Because, like, World Breaker you can kind of get around. So let's see if that's what he's thinking here, too. He's doing chord. Thanks. Talking about some cool stuff here. I mean, Gage doesn't have a whole lot. The good old judge call. We've got a little bit of time here. So yeah, this is the TCS Rocket Series. Like I said, this is going to be the first tournament of many that'll be coming up over the next couple of months. This one is Modern, and luckily it is actually an RCQ as well. So we're doubling up on that too here, give the players a little bit of extra benefit. They get to play in the series and they get to play in an RCQ. For the rest of the season, next month we have a Duskmorn Sealed coming up, which is always going to be really fun. Sealed is a good time. I'll be there. Be here with you guys, commentating and talking about some sweet Sealed action here. For the remainder, for November, it's going to be another Modern. There's going to be a lot of Modern in this one, which is good. But luckily, no more Nadu, so...
Thankfully. We should be ending round on time for this.
Yes, it's going to be fantastic.
Everyone's a big fan of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. December is going to be Pioneer, so we'll be seeing some Pioneer action on there. For January, we have Standard, Modern again in February, Pioneer again in March, April, another Modern, and then the Championship should be in May. More details, so that will come out later. You can check out all the dates and everything if you're local and looking to play. You can check the TCS Rockets website as well as the Facebook page, and it has all the info there, when the tournaments are in, what time they start, entry, everything that you need, and which format it is. It would be very awkward to show up to a Pioneer tournament with a Modern deck. That won't work out too well for you. So, but thanks for hanging out with us, getting this all situated. In the meantime, we get to look at the sweet cards here. Chaz with a bunch of sweet foils, and then Gage with all Japanese cards.
So while we're going through this judge, looks like the judge call is resolved. Chaz electing to not use the cord right away and instead activate Grist. The judge call there was you cannot use the Eldrazi spawn to both tap for the Convoke for Court of Calling and sacrifice it for mana. You have to do one or the other. So Court on the stack, Chaz upticks, or before Court is on the stack, apologies, Chaz upticks Grist, gets the other insect in play, and then Court for 3 like he intended to do.
Yeah.
Judge Jer taking that call, issuing that rollback there.
Thank you, Judge Jer.
Doing great work as always. Chaz, Court for 3, put the Fulminator Mage into play.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking here. Now, we worry about 2 things here. Labyrinth, and then also just Tron. It's going for the Tron here. Just because without the Tron, you can't cast the all this dust.
Gage Drying and Eldrazi Temple does mean...
He still can cast Worldbreaker.
Worldbreaker this turn, all his dust next turn is still a lion. So let's see what Chaz can find and put together. He does have a large board state.
And he does still have Yawg in hand at this point, too.
Has Yawg in hand, and the Worldbreaker exiling a land will not take him off the black sources needed to cast it. Yes. He's got three black producing lands in play.
Yeah. Which is super handy for him here right now. So we'll see how Gage wants to play it, because he's got a couple different options here. Yeah, and even within all his dust here, Chaz will be able to refill next turn. He won't be able to all his dust this turn. 4, 5, 6. No, he's still 1 man off from all his dusting this turn. The next turn is definitely an option. Attack Griest.
Bring that Grist down. Gage tapping out, using that talisman for that extra mana, playing the World Breaker.
Yeah.
And choosing to exile an Overgrown Tomb. Double checking mana costs.
Exiling both Overgrown Tombs. Those are too fancy. They're too shiny. They're serialized. Get them out of here. I don't want to see them anymore. All right.
Discussion there.
Here.
See what Chaz draws. Like the basic swamp. Another black source.
Another black. Yeah. The deck that is primarily green. Making sure you have two single monocolored black
sitting on
lands.
the other side of the mana issues for the deck.
Yeah.
Usually you're stuck. A lot of the times you're stuck trying to cast your black spells. And
Yeah.
Good with black mana might be choked on green at some point.
Yep. Let's see. I'm going to see just swamp. We're going to see a plus here. Into a cord.
Mill the cord, get the third insect for Chaz.
Gain a life. Let me see a good old swamp. Add an encounter. I'm going to see that Yawg coming down.
Playing the Yawgmoth, choosing to keep the Eldrazi spawn in play just for another body.
Alright, he's just going to pass
Chaz
here.
passing back.
Alright, Chaz still had a healthy 22 here with the full board, which is great for Yawgmoth. It's like, oh, I'm still at 22 and I have 5 creatures on board. Great, let me just refill my hand. Oh, 6 creatures actually. So, oh, go ahead. Oh, it's dust me. I'll just refill my hand. I'll be sad about losing this Yawg on this board, but then you spent all your mana. Yeah, looks like that's what Gage is thinking about doing here.
Using the Ugin's Labyrinth, putting the Owl's Dust in hand, using those 2 Eldrazi Temples for 4 mana here.
Yeah, Soul Lands are good, I've heard.
Yeah. Turns out putting 8 of them in your deck does a lot for you.
Yep.
Right, so 20 of them if you include the Tron lands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely solid.
Yeah,
Right.
With each one back in with these new additions, it's just deck is just trying to drop as many haymakers as you can from turn 2 until the game's done.
Oh yeah.
Chaz responding to that Owl's Dust, using Yawgmoth's ability, sacrificing creatures, shrinking down Gage's board, drawing some cards. He found a Halfling, another Yawgmoth, Malevolent Rumble, 2 Malevolent Rumbles, I believe is the other one we're seeing there.
Yeah. 2 Rumbles,
And 2 Yawgmoths.
Okay.
And
Still got that Blood Artist in hand. And he's going to sack. He's going to leave the spawn. So he has the... Fortunately, no land in those draws. Want to keep that Eldrazi spawn hanging around so he can cast another Yawg next turn if that's what he wants to here.
Nope, there's the land.
Perfect. Just like he drew it up.
-1/-1 counters on the World Breaker, dropping it down to 3 power. Gives Chaz a little bit more of a cushion.
Oh, yeah.
Take a few hits, not get down too low too quickly.
And now Yawg can block it.
Also true, yes.
Yeah, Yawg is a 2/4. People forget that sometimes. It's just like, yeah, it's just a 2/4 that just blocks.
So the secret text of protection from humans does not matter here, but other matches, it'll do a lot of surprise heavy lifting.
Yeah. All right, we're going to see a Rumble here. Looking for a Cauldron. Cauldron here would be great. Nope, that's just another Grist. It's just going to go... Now he's got options. Because he's got second Rumble in hand, so he could try to Rumble here and then go for maybe a Cauldron. He can still cast a Yawg, but then that means he has nothing else. You can go like Blood Artist. You can go Grist. Seems like the world is his oyster.
Yeah,
He's
Gage
gonna go
with
for a Grist here.
Grist from Chaz, sack the spawn.
Okay, just blow that.
Minus the Grist, sack the other spawn, kill the World Breaker, Gage drawing Karn for turn.
Well then, let's take a look at Gage's sideboard and let's see what he can Karn for.
A lot of the usual Karn sideboard suspects. Trinisphere, Ensnaring Bridge, Stone Brain, Liquid Metal Coating, Haywire Might, Ballista, Tormod's Crypt. Notably, the deck's now running Engineered Explosives, which is interesting. You get the talismans. You can actually put counters.
That's kind of sick, yeah.
You can put counters on the explosives now.
Yeah. And your all colorless deck.
The other thing of note in Gage's sideboard is he's got a copy of the One Ring there. He's only on 3 main deck, and he's got the 4th one side to use Karn to fetch that.
Yeah.
Looks like Gage is looking at the coding to start trying to lock down Chaz's board with that, potentially. And looking like he's trying to decide what he's playing.
Yeah.
He does have the mana to Karn minus, play a 1-drop, and play the Thought-Knots here.
He can't play a 1-drop.
Yes, he can.
Yeah. That's true. You can play it. It'll just get counter. Like, definitely still an option, just not a good one. I think he's going to start with Thought-Knot here.
Seems like a good move. Check and make sure the coast is clear, see what's going on with Chaz's hand.
Yeah. With
the low board state, dropping a Yawgmoth does less to help Chaz rebuild.
Yeah.
So Gage can he has 5 mana left, so it's not exactly taking the turn off here, but you can do some scouting, see what's up.
Yeah. So he's not taking Halfling. Yeah, I always feel like it's either Blood Artist or Rumble. Yeah, so it's going to be Blood Artist. Halfling is definitely not the pick here. Like, I'll just leave it up for you.
Here's the Karn coming down.
Okay. So I'm looking at Trinisphere earlier. Trinisphere's not too bad. Just because it essentially just makes Chaz only be able to cast 1 spell a turn. He's also looking at Disruptor Flute. It's good instant speed. Just kind of do whatever. Get whatever.
You also just grab the One Ring, which just finds whatever you need.
Yeah. Like, sure.
He's at 18 life. Chaz isn't pressuring his life total currently. So you can take a few turns, stall, draw your 9 cards.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then the Disruptor Flute 2 looks like he's going to go for coding, most likely. But Disruptor Flute does also help against Grist, too. Because, like, right now, Grist is going to do a lot of work. So you do not have any answer to it in sight currently. Like, there's no All's Dust, nothing you can use to remove it. But he's just going to go with coding.
Liquid Metal Coating.
Yeah. Let's see, what is Chaz? What did he draw for turn? He's just going to come on and slam and welcome to the Yawgmoth Jam. Milling a Mire. Get those lands out of the way. Okay.
Another power plant for Gage.
Doesn't do a whole lot. Not really a whole lot of end in sight for either player right now.
No, just kind of sitting here.
Yeah.
Chaz does have the potential. If he just draws a Cauldron and can remove the Karn, Chaz has a very full graveyard and can do a lot with that very quickly.
Yeah.
But granted, Cauldron does not do anything with the Karn in play. No. And currently, Gage has some time to figure out what he's doing. And with the coding, can start choking Chaz on resources a little bit. Even without plussing the Karn to actually destroy the land, you can still just lock one out. Yeah. Chaz's upkeep.
Oh, yeah. So he's going to minus Karn. About 1 ring here. Counting mana. It is a decent amount of mana. I was just thinking about Ballista here. You can only Ballista for 3. Well, no, he'll be able to play a land and then Ballista for 4. Be able to kill Yawg, but that just feels bad because he has another Yawg in hand. Okay, so he's trying to do both.
Starting with that 1 ring. Draw some cards.
Okay. I mean, was there a minor thing of not playing the power plant yet and tapping, like, your talisman instead and holding onto the power plant just in case you draw a mine?
Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't really need the mana, but, like...
The one difference I could see, which I still think he's short on mana, was if he happened to draw a World Breaker, he needs a second green source.
That's true.
He needs the untapped green source. Yeah. I think he was short to cast that.
Yeah. 6. Yeah, it's still only been 6. I don't know. Okay. Got protection. It's not going to bother attacking him. It's going to activate the coating on Grist.
Smart play by Gage there, keeping Chaz from utilizing Grist's -2 to take out the Karn or the Thought-Knot Seer.
Yeah.
Gage drew another Karn actually off that One Ring draw. I saw that card, which is huge because there's a very good chance Chaz is going to be using his resources to take the Karn off the board.
Yeah. Oh, so he's gonna just pick up. Oh, he drew a Cauldron. This still gives him a turn. There's not really a whole lot of good stuff he can hit. Like if he does like Cauldron into Fulminator. Let's see. Okay, so he's just gonna jam a Cauldron. Leave himself open. He's gonna jam. Okay, so he's just attacking Karn. So Karn will die. Which seems reasonable, because then you can still Cauldron into the Yawg that is there.
And start setting up to, or even a Grist, to set up to get more bodies every turn.
Yeah.
So, at the option. Gage, Chaz doesn't know Gage has the other Karn in hand, but like, Chaz could be thinking he wants to line up, get Grist or Yawgmoth into the Cauldron, and then put the other one the next turn, start building out a board and being able to control the game state a little bit more.
Yeah.
Looks like Chaz deciding, I'm assuming, if he wants to sacrifice that insect or not.
Yeah.
Or just let the Yawgmoth die. We'll see what he chooses to do.
Yeah, which I think seems totally reasonable, because then you also do have the... He has a, looks like a Yawgmoth. So getting some sweet Yawgmoth action here. Okay, so he's just going to let it die. Karn is going to die. Now we can activate the Grist.
Karn down. Grist is still an artifact, but nothing locking down artifact abilities at this point. So plus the Grist.
It's going to rumble first. Ooh, that Bowmasters is very enticing with the One Ring on board.
The Chalice in play, it's Bowmasters or land, and with 4 lands, I don't know how much that 5th one's going to do for him at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, because his hand's sitting on Yawg. Delight. Yeah, two unplayable cards and another Yawgmoth. Which right now, he technically just already has a Yawgmoth with Cauldron on board. He'll be able to activate and then still have a Yawgmoth around, which is super nice.
The other thing that Chaz has the option to start doing at some point, potentially, which, if anyone played the One Ring deck against Yawgmoth after Cauldron came out, learned very quickly you can do some pretty wild things with the Fulminator Mage.
Yeah.
You get priority with your Bowmaster triggers with each card drawn. Yeah. So if your opponent taps the ring to draw 3 cards, you can Fulminator Mage 3 lands with your Orc Army.
Brutal! Alright, so he's going to go for Grist here, and then just fill up the board.
Kozilek's Command, draw for Gage. That is a
big huge.
Draw. Another Kozilek's
Command.
Whoa,
okay! Look at that. Let's see the shifting. They're like, oh yeah, we in it now kind of shifting.
Yes. Counting mana, calculating out his turn, seeing how much damage he can do with these spells. Yeah. The other thing to be looking out for at this point is Chaz has a fairly large graveyard. I have to imagine a Grist -5 is going to take a large chunk out of Gage's life total.
Yeah. Oh, he's just going to go tapping out here now.
Jamming a huge Kozilek's Command.
Was that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? This is pretty safe here, because he knows the Blood Artist is gone. So, like, he doesn't have to worry about, like, a Blood Artist hitting the board. And it's just like, oh, now I just have a bunch of O1s that I can't use, or I just have to sack them right away and do nothing with them.
8 spawns and scry 8 draw a card for Gage. The other thing, because this deck is basically all colorless, he just spent 2 mana to scry 8, draw a card.
Yeah.
And still has another 8 mana.
Yeah. Colorless Eldrazi Storm?
That's actually a deck in Legacy.
Yeah.
You're running Glaring Fleshraker in your 0 drops, and you just jam and kill your opponent with your Eldrazi spells.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Good here. Ooh, he does have just so many options still, though. He has another command. Still no mine.
The third power plant he's seen this game.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have to imagine he's going to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Chaz hitting that that mine was actual
right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think he's seen, because there's a tower in there. I don't think he's seen another tower, but there's one tower in there. Still no mines, a third power plant. Oh, he is bottoming everything. And draws a talisman. Okay, so we still got 8 here.
My guess is Gage was digging for an All Is Dust.
Yeah. Yeah, clear it up.
Or maybe even a third Kozilek's command, but my guess is he's digging for the All Is Dust.
Yeah. Yeah, clear the board nice.
So I'm trying to think of something clever.
Let's see, yeah, Karn coming in.
Four spawns going to cast that Karn.
Still have 4 spawns. Gonna take another little peek see at the sideboard. I'm going for an explosives here. Yeah. Wipes Chaz's board. It's not too bad here. Let's kill the rest of his spawns. Somebody wants to use some of that mana.
Explosives for 0. It lets him wipe all the tokens off the board.
Yeah. And his chalice.
True, he will lose his chalice. Can give Chaz the option to drop some of those.
He's going to be floating some mana. So he's floating 2, so maybe he's thinking recast chalice here for 1.
Also true. He did draw a second chalice.
Yeah, still keep him off the 1-drops. No. Oh, okay.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, I was like, Storm counts at 4?
Yeah. Burn that 2 mana.
Yeah.
Gage getting in, taking Grist out.
Okay. Let's see. What is getting out? There's a cord. It's not helping a whole lot. I mean, we do have Bowmasters. Dog and cord.
Playing a Bowmasters here does let Chaz
Have a grist.
have the Grist activation and control Karn a little bit. Because if Gage wants to go back into that sideboard again, that'll mean he has to lose his Karn.
Yeah. Yeah, give him an extra turn. It's always the thing I love and hate about playing Yawgmoth. The world is my oyster sometimes, and I have no idea what to do. Like, or the world is my oyster, and I'm allergic to shellfish. Like,
15 plays and 14 of them mean you lose the game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the thing of Bowman. Dude, hit the Karn.
Shoot, yeah.
Activate. And then now he can cord for 2.
Oh,
yeah! Sick please!
That might be the last Grist in the deck, if I remember right. I think that was the 4th one we've seen.
Yeah. Oh man, so now he can cord for 3. What does he have left for 3 that would help? The Fulminator's running in the yard. If that's the last Grist,
There could be one more. That was the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah. Can't remember which one it is. He could always go for another Bowmasters. Like, Bowmasters in response, Bowmasters end of turn.
That's true. If go for the Bowmaster, you grab that. If Gage activates the ring, take out the Karn, activate the Cauldron, get the Fulminator Mage under there, make use of getting double armies.
Start going to town. He's gonna main
firing it off
board. Now. Okay, let's see what he's thinking.
Oh, there.
Oh, there's a guy.
Okay, there we go.
There was one more Grist. I guess that answers it. Okay, so he's just gonna go right into
immediately throwing that insect to
get out of
here.
We don't want to see that. All right. So now,
Going through his very large graveyard.
yeah. What is he? What's thinking here? Are we thinking Yawg? He's poking that card out. Oh,
The
Fulminator.
Fulminator.
Okay.
I was looking at the Fulminator.
Yeah, yeah. Start kind of cutting back that mana a little bit. I think he's thinking, yeah, he's going for a Yawg instead on the Bowmasters. I don't like this. I don't mind this one either. Just being able to have the whole package, the whole Yawg package on one creature, and every single one of your creatures that have counters on them is now, which is great. Another Chalice. It's not doing a whole lot. Okay, so he's gonna activate the Bowman. So now,
This also, just same thing in line with the Fulminator line. You can use Yawgmoth and
Yeah, yeah.
sacrifice with each army with each card drawn with the Bowmaster triggers.
Yeah.
So it looks like Chaz is planning to try to shut down the Thought-Knots here.
yeah.
Gage responding, just exile Bowmaster.
Yeah, the Bowmaster token being there is kind of an awkward situation because now you can't just sack it. You can't sack the Bowmasters. And then he's left with no.
Talking back to what we mentioned before, where there's so many different lines, like
Yeah,
Chaz could have gone the opposite direction and has gone for Fulminator Mage.
yeah,
Chaz could have put the counter on one of the insect tokens, which would have let him sack the Bowmasters, just to have another body with a token with a counter on it. Like,
yeah,
so many different plays here. All of them defensible.
yeah. Here, seeing if he wants to leave a token up. Post command sound sack. Okay, he's just gonna let Axe out. Yeah, leave his insect so he can block the Thought-Knots here.
Second mode for Gage was scry and draw.
Yeah.
So exile the 2-drop for Bowmasters, scry, leaving them both on top, putting a Devourer of Destiny in his hand. Then draws the 3 cards from the ring, grabbing the Karn that he left on top. Still no power plant.
Still not another power plant.
Does find an Ugin's Labyrinth. Just a wildly strong card to put into Modern.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
who would have thought we would have gotten essentially a Ancient 2-.
Yeah. That doesn't even deal you with damage. And it doesn't sack itself when you play another land.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we see in there? Tab out here? Oh, probably just World Breaker. Oh, yeah, that'll
There's the World Breaker.
Oof. Okay. Not great for Chaz here. He's just going to block. Alright. Let's see what we got here. That is another land. Disgrist, hit a Wall of Roots. Sitting on another Bowman. Blooming Marsh. The worst land to draw here. Underground Mortuary would have been nice. Get a little surveillance action going on. Just sitting on. He still has another Yawg in hand, I believe. I can't remember if he played that one or not.
I think he does. I believe he played the Grist instead. So
Yeah.
I think his hand is
Halfling, Young Wolf, Yawg,
Yawgmoth,
and
and
then Bowman.
yes. The Bowmaster grabbed off the Grumble he cast.
Yeah.
Gage playing another Karn,
Karn. Okay.
going immediately into the sideboard.
Yeah.
It's Ballista time.
Ballista. So, anyways, I started blasting.
Yeah. Gage looking to finish this game quickly.
Yeah.
3/3 Ballista.
Yeah. This does definitely help you because it protects him from Bowmaster now.
Swinging in for 7. Chaz. With the tiny Thought-Knots here.
Yeah. I thought Eldrazi was supposed to be big.
It's funny, those first cards.
Yeah, that's what his hand is. 2 cards he can't cast.
Chaz
Yawgmoth and then
thinking about playing that Bowmasters right now to block with. Looks like he's setting those out.
Now, this is always such a weird thing, because he can Bowmasters the Ballista, and then he only gets to activate it once. Or he could Bowmasters Thought-Knot Seer, and then still get rid of Ballista if he, like, tries to double block. Okay, so he's just gonna...
Yeah, Gage just
Okay.
taking those both out.
Yeah.
Looks like the combat was going at Grist. Takes Grist down.
Yeah.
Oop.
Oh, my
Yep,
apologies.
there we go. Okay.
Right call
Ooh,
for
man.
Chaz.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
there a while through just constant haymakers from Gage.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad at all. Oof. All right, look at the sideboards. Let's see. So Chaz has a Damping Spear. That seems, pretty fine in this matchup, I think. He's got 2 Endurance, 3 Fatal Push, 2 Force of Figure, Haywire Might, a Legion's End, a Meteor Massacre, Reclamation Stage, and 3 Thoughtseize. I mean, this seems pretty straightforward to me. Damping Sphere, 2 Forces, Haywire Might, and a Reclamation Stage. Probably cutting some of the extra stuff. Yeah, he's got the Plague Engineer in the main, which we saw in game 1. Not very good.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess...
You can hit the spawns.
Hit spawns.
I don't know. Yeah,
That just seems
a little too cute.
Yeah, that just seems not relevant. You just rather just not even give your opponent the chance to cast it for that much. Bogger Trawler also not doing a whole lot in this matchup. There's nothing with the graveyard going on, so that can come out here. Then yeah, just with however he wants to sideboard out here. Ooh, those are some slippery sleeves. What's Gage working with?
Well, he's got Karn, so 15,
Yeah.
15 artifacts.
Okay.
The only ones that are duplicates are the 2 Haywire Mites and the 3 Stone Brain. He's got cards set aside. 2 of those are going to be Stone Brains.
Yeah.
And then...
That Haywire Mine.
I think he still 2 in the sideboard. He might have
yeah.
brought in the Disruptor Flute main. I didn't see what the third card Gage set aside was.
That seems not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's always an awkward situation, because, like, Soul Cauldron is such a strong card, but it's like, do you bring in hate specifically for it, or do you just hope to Karn it out? Like, it's always kind of like an in-between, like, how we feeling here.
It's just abundance of targets for Disruptor Flute.
Taking out
Yawgmoth.
Chalice and...
It was the Flute, yeah.
Yeah.
And Gage deciding between... You got 2 Talismans, 2 Chalices set aside. Gage reevaluating that Flute.
Yeah, I like Chalice's sighting out here when you're on the draw.
Especially on the draw.
Yeah.
Even on the play, it's like not... It worked out well this match.
Oh,
but
yeah,
At the end of the day, like, Yawgmoth has Court of Calling, and most of the deck is 2 drops and 3 drops.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't cast a Young Wolf, you don't really care.
Yeah, nice. There's other ways for you to kind of combo. Plus, if you really needed a Young Wolf to combo, then you can just chord for it.
Exactly.
According for 1 is not difficult at all.
Yeah, Chalice is a primary game plan against Yawgmoth. It's not where you want to be. Gage knows that, and he's choosing to cut those
Get him out of here! Get him out of here! Don't want to see him.
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe he's
Going
thinking
back.
about keeping him in. I can only imagine a situation where he just, like, plays, like, a Labyrinth and then another Labyrinth and then Chalices for... Like, Chalices on 1, turn 1, and then Chalices for 2. 2. And it's just like, good luck.
Yeah, that
Go
would
ahead.
reach it.
Like, that would be like, oh, well, this Wall of Roots in my hand is looking way worse than it did before. Though if he was on Ballista in his deck, it would work out, because you could just, like, Delighted Halfling before they get the chance to Chalice for 1, make your Soul Cauldron uncounterable.
There you go, yeah.
And you're like,
Go
I need
right
to get
into
this Wall of Roots in my graveyard? Just cast it, gets countered. Yeah, got him.
This Eldrazi Tron deck being in with the Ugin's Labyrinth, sort of ignoring Legacy here, bringing back the old prison days in Modern, running City and Spirit Guide.
Yeah. Yeah, that good old turn 1 Ancient Tomb, Exile City Sphere Guide, Trinisphere Go. Oh.
Or even in Modern, I have turned 1 some Chalice of the Voids in my day.
Yep.
Live the dream sometime, where you land Spirit Guide, cast a ritual, play another ritual, Chandra Torture Defiance, plus for mana, Chalice on 1,
It's like,
and ask your opponent if they want to go to game 2.
Yeah. Do you concede? Do you concede? Okay, yeah, we'll go to next game.
It's actually my first event at this store.
Oh, really?
Just moved to San Diego. I've been playing Red Prison and Modern for a while. Right after Toralf Severin won Worlds with Tron.
Yeah.
So huge F&M here. I think we're like 65, 66 people. I just moved in from an LGS where we hit 12 for Modern. That was a big event. Big weekly there. So I'm coming in with Red Prison matchup against Tron 4 times in a row out of the 5-round F&M. And
amazing.
had a lot of game one scoops there.
Yeah.
That was fun. Good times.
Oh, yeah. All right. Ooh, and we got a little peek see both for our players here. Up next to their names and their scams, we got Chaz on the left and then Gage on the right. Both of them look like ready to play some Magic.
Chaz in his tcsrockets uniform.
Oh, yeah.
Member of Team Rocket. Gage going down to 6, keeping his hand.
Woo! You love to see that turn 1.
Chaz starting off with the Delighted Halfling, which does help a lot getting out from under the Chalice on 1.
Yeah.
Or 2, if you place it there.
Yeah. Are we going to see the Yawgmoth dream? Are we going to see the turn 2 Grist?
really why anyone plays the deck.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just,
why would you play anything else? Like this is why nothing feels better than that. Alright, looks like a Blue and Marsh. There's a Ruck Sage, a Cauldron, a Young Wolf. I mean, this isn't too bad here, so you can still go Young Wolf plus Cauldron here. Woof! Look at that start. Not a Grist, but still pretty good. This Chalice is looking a little slow. Still got Disruptor Flute for the Cauldron here.
Yeah. Assuming Gage is about to say option is Talisman or Flute, just to kind of lock out the Cauldron immediately.
Yeah.
Keep Chaz off that, just prevent any shenanigans there.
Though it can be brutal here, especially because Gage doesn't have another land in hand.
Which is, I want to say, is why he was looking at that Talisman, because that sets him the Thought Knots here.
Yeah, but this is kind of important.
Going for Flute, locking out the Cauldron.
Flute seems fine. Because if Chaz goes Fulminator here, Fulminator your land, put a counter, Fulminator your land, it's just game over.
Yes.
Like, the game's just done.
Chaz sitting on Reclamation Sage. There we go. There, Flute's gone. Double Chord for Chaz. The next turn can get that Fulminator Mage, which might...
Yeah. Draws a Temple, so hits that land to be able to Thought Knot here. Which one?
Skillfully having two.
Which one do you want? Which one are you feeling? What did you draw?
Bowmasters.
Bowmasters.
Force of Vigor, I think.
Force of Vigor, okay. That's not doing a whole lot. He's just going to go for
firing off that chord, willing to bet he's grabbing the Fulminators to try and put this game.
Yeah.
Stop this game now. Fulminator takes him off a temple, counter on the Rex Sage, takes him off a temple.
Yep.
And at this point, the game is, can Gage draw lands faster than Chaz can find creatures?
Yeah. Yeah, this also turns Young Wolf into I will block your creature and then destroy your land afterwards. That is, what did he draw? Delighted Halfling. I'm going to see some Delighted Halfling beats. Come on, a slam.
Chaz also has the option to Chord, which he might be looking at.
He's in a Chord. He's a Force of Vigor.
I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah, Force of Vigor.
Yeah, the other Chord got taken. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, he's just going to put a counter here.
Chaz electing to put the creature with no activated abilities under the Cauldron Pot.
Yeah. This is a race. This is not a race that Chaz is winning currently, but
as the players are very, very aware of, they are currently in game 2 right now.
Yeah.
It's a very long game 1 for Gage.
Yeah.
Chaz slowly getting in, swinging for 3 there.
Yeah. He kept the Plague Engineer at Name Eldrazi. That's a little bit smaller.
Passing back. Plague Engineer does have Death Touch. That's a huge thing. Keep the Thought Knot back that way.
There's a fetch. You get Dryad Arbor for the Dryad Arbor beats. Never underestimate the power of a 1/1. Nope, just gonna go for Mortuary. Maybe looking for something nice and spicy here. You just imagine a Grist here. Like, just surveil a Grist in the yard. Like, this game is just over, right? If he just hits Grist.
Hits a Ballista, too, because
he doesn't have Ballista.
You're right, not Ballista.
That was a Blooming Marsh. Yeah, not part of something you want on the top of your deck.
Always nice when you can surveil something you don't. Like, get the full value out of those cards.
All right, he's just gonna block the young wolf.
Blocking the young wolf, comes back in.
Taking 3.
Gage whiffing on land again.
Yeah. Oof. I think he's still playing here is smart because you're up a game. Are you ready to rumble? See if there's anything good. Oh, well, I guess you get a Bowmaster.
You're taking a Bowmaster.
Yep. That's it. That's all she wrote. Jam.
It actually might be defensible for Gage to just go to game 3 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He has the option to close a game out so fast with this deck. If you nut draw, but again, it's options either way here.
Mm-hmm.
And Chaz taking the Bowmaster, growing the Halfling.
Just poke you. Maybe just take him off the line now. Yeah, he's sacking the token right away. Hey, okay.
and Gage is scooping it up.
Yeah. All right, so they've got 8 minutes for their game 3. So let's see if one of them just go really, really fast. See, it's games like these where I like having Ballista because then there's some games where you can just have just a single you can cord for Ballista and with Young Wolf and Blood Artist and then a Cauldron and then you're we're good to go.
Yeah, it's
solid.
Infinite damage, infinite life
game.
Yeah. Giving Yawgmoth actual true infinites is nice. Saves a lot of explanations. Saves a lot of you can do this much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's how much are you dealing for me? Sorry, I have to actually name a number. It's gonna be 10 billion.
Yeah,
10 billion damage.
In case you all listening at home have not picked up on this, Zack and I are both Yawgmoth fans. I think we're sitting on a little over 6 years of combined playtime on the deck between the two of us.
Yeah.
Cast many a Yawgmoth, sacrificed many a Young Wolf.
Yep. Oh yes. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for Gage to go into Pokemon Master mode where he turns his hat backwards. Ready to go. Wait, see some pretty explosive starts here, hopefully. Considering they got not a whole lot of time.
Yeah, low on time. Gage is on the play, and just the Eldrazi Tron deck he's playing is just really built. You're gonna try to slam your 4-drop on turn 2 as often as possible.
Oh yeah.
And being on the play when Chaz's turn 1 play is going to be a Delighted Halfling or Young Wolf is not a great spot to be in for the Yawgmoth seat.
No, not at all. Ooh, double mine power plant. Then on Chalice, double command, Karn. It's not a particularly good.
Yeah, Gage shipping that back.
Yeah. Like Chaz keeping his.
I think that's the right move.
Wooded Foothills. I saw Wooded Foothills. That's the only thing I saw.
There was a black foil retro frame card in the front of his hand. Plague Engineer or Yawgmoth.
Yeah. I guess it depends
also,
if it's Japanese.
Surprisingly, noting, Chaz left the Plague Engineer. We saw it.
We saw a game too. Very interesting. That's also a thing is we're actually playing with the buddy a couple days ago, and one sweet thing if you still have Ballista in your deck too is Plague Engineer's Death Touch.
That's what I was going to point out when I said if Chaz finds the Ballista, he's not running.
Yeah, it's just beep 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 beep. Shoot all your creatures, they're all dead. Beep beep beep. It's a classic. I always remember the combo that was printed inclusively in World Wake, where you had Basilisk Collar plus the Spark Mage, Reckless Spark Mage or something like that. So 3-mana 0-1 with haste.
Yes.
So dealt 1 damage, and you just slap a Basilisk Collar, and just poke everything. And then it got upgraded to Izzet Staticaster when Return to Ravnica came out. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna see a turn 1 Talisman. Alright, so he draws Overgrown Tomb. It looks like a halfling. Cool.
Gage with the play to set up to cast a 4-drop on turn 2.
Yeah. Okay, so he can Karn here, or he can just Kozilek's Command.
He can fire off the Stone Brain and just take Chaz off Yawgmoth.
Yeah.
So.
It's another one of those the world is your oyster decks. Like, which 4-drop do you want to play this turn? You want to Stone Brain your opponent? Do you want to Karn your opponent? Or do you want to...
What potential game-ending threat do you want to tap out for on your turn?
4? I still don't know which one this is.
Assuming not the Stone Brain.
Yeah. I'm like, it could be Command or it could be Karn. Okay, maybe Karn because he's looking through a sideboard.
Karn.
Alright, looks like a Grist, another Halfling. Looks like a Plague Engineer because I think it's in Japanese. A Verdant, and then I think he also had a Overgrown Tomb in his hand that he drew. Okay, so he's going for command.
Yeah. Exile the Halfling, making some spawns, it looks like. Reaching for the board of the tokens. Just double checking that sideboard.
Yeah. So many options. Sometimes with the modal spells, it's always like, I know one mode. What is my second mode?
It's also Tron, like, it was very true back in the day, like
Yeah.
pre MH2, pre MH1. Especially so now with so many powerful cards, is like your turn 1, turn 2 play that you're tapping out for is going to set the direction of the rest of your game.
Yeah. Oh, it was a Twilight Mire.
Gage has played a lot of these like Eldrazi Tron, One Ring, Soul Land style decks and knows that well.
Alright, just another command for turn. Not another land, though. That's always the awkward thing with play these Eldrazi. You're like, you have 4 mana still, but like a Fulminator just wrecks you.
Yeah,
the Fulminator here feels so bad, and it's like
crazy hitting 2 lands.
Yeah, and I have like 6 mana on board. Like, why does this Fulminator feel so terrible? Okay, look through for Karn again. I mean, if he's Karning here, I don't know what he's looking to Karn for.
Coding?
Yeah, coding.
But like at this point, Chaz has creatures and Gage doesn't have any.
Yeah.
Or a way to, or like he's got the Scions, but spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Those will be used to cast the coding. Just passing back now, holding up Kozilek's command.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so then on Tomb, Verdant, Grist. I think that is also, I think it might be a Yawgmoth. And then he draws Wall of Roots. He's going to go for a Yawg here. Which is kind of awkward in this Kozilek's command. Undying Trigger on the stack. So he's going to try to go for exile your Yawg, exile your Yawgmoth. Oh, no.
No, making some more spawns. Yawgmoth coming back.
This still seems... Still got a lot more mana next turn. So just Chalice to... Is it Chalice?
It was Chalice, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Players getting down to time here. So
I know, right?
Any last few remaining plays are going to have to make them count as they get into turns. Which I would say from Gage's point is probably setting up for a more prison win, which does not lend itself to winning in turns well.
No, definitely not. Yeah, with him sitting on no creatures that actually have any power.
And then doesn't just have unlimited mana to just cast the massive ballista to beat down and win in a single turn.
Yeah. Exactly 2 spawns?
5
What is
mana?
it casting? Huh? 3, 4, okay.
It's fun. There we go.
Yeah,
we
were
got
like,
there.
What's going on? Okay.
Talisman for the sunburst on the explosives.
Yeah.
Coming into play here.
He's just gonna sack it now.
Firing
Clear
off
the board out.
immediately. Take out the halfling and the young wolf.
There's a mortuary. There's a grist. I mean, he can go land Walrus grist your Karn.
Taking Gage off the Karn is
Yeah,
gonna
help for sure.
yeah, do some damage for sure. But also means Chaz does not have much of a board to try to win the next 3 turns.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really know that. Like, he doesn't really have any. He doesn't have any creatures in the Karn board, so it's not like he can play something that's gonna allow him to win the game.
He's got
He's just gonna mill.
You got a cityscape leveler and a walking ballista, but
Oh, the
neither of those are
but yeah, none of those
doing
are
anything at this point.
closing the game out that quickly, especially with how much mana he has.
Same as all those dust, just a little ways off from casting that.
Hit 5. I mean, he can ballista for 2 to like save damage. Maybe just going for 1 ring here. Start refilling his hand. I don't know if he'll be able to close it out that quick. Preemptively tabbing now.
Yeah, just
Activate. In response, follow this man.
going just immediately for that one.
Draw a card. Hey, look at that. Wait, I thought there was only 1.
I don't know.
Turn 3.
Trying to see what Chaz drew for turn here. I think he would need a Yawgmoth now
Is it
to
Beseiju?
have a chance to get there in the next turn. Like
Yeah.
potentially throw together a combo win.
Yeah. I think it was Beseiju. Oh.
Both
Handshake
players
bucks.
just- yeah.
Yeah.
Realizing they're not
There's
getting
just, like, no
there,
way.
going for the shake,
Yeah.
starting off that single point.
Woo! You had to be in the draw bracket for the rest of the tournament. Hooray. Whew, wow, what a great round 1. Holy moly. Oh, those are some games. Well, we're going to go to round 2 here in just a little bit. Obviously, since these players are on turns, we don't have too much time until the next round. Don't go anywhere.